Hey folks, it's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews, also home to the best MJ community. It's Wednesday, October 4th. Happy hump day. Hope you're doing awesome. And in this video, we've got an exciting one for you. We're going to be discussing some news that came out recently with regards to Florida. They have scheduled, the Supreme Court of Florida scheduled an MJ hearing that will decide whether or not MJ is on the ballot for 2024. So we'll see if that initiative is approved or not. So that's something, this is a huge catalyst and probably the biggest state in Florida, in my opinion, to be watching out for in terms of adult use sales. It's going to be a massive, massive market. New York will be very important as well. And there was talks about issuing 1,500 new licenses, but I think Florida is going to be the number one state to be watching out for. But before we get to it, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all the good stuff, and you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. We'll take a look at this article here from MJ Moment. But before we get to it, make sure to follow Pow Group on X, which is previously Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. Also got verified, so I have the blue check mark there. But again, I would appreciate it if you can follow @GroupPow. That's the best way for me to get real-time updates, and I'm going to be posting a lot more on there going forward. So as I mentioned, MJ Moment reported that Florida Supreme Court schedules hearing to decide if MJ legalization initiative will make the 2024 ballot. And we'll go over the details here. Florida Supreme Court has scheduled oral arguments for next month in a case that will decide whether MJ legalization initiative will appear on the state's 2024 ballot. Over the past several months, and this is just one of many catalysts at the moment, right? We know Germany's coming online soon. We have HHS recommendation to reschedule to Schedule 3. DEA needs to sign off on it. We could see legalization of medical. We could see full-blown legalization at some point, which is more than likely going to be a few years out. We know that safer banking was approved by the House Senate committee, and then it's going to the Senate floor for a vote, and then off to the House if approved, and then to Biden for signature. So there's a lot going on. There's also an MJ Act up for renewal here in here in Canada. So we could see some improvements with regards to packaging, labeling, advertising, marketing, and taxation. So that'll be something to be looking out for as well. But over the past several months, the court has been receiving briefs from both the Senate Attorney General, who filed a legal challenge against the MJ measure and is asking for it to be invalidated, and the Smart and Safe Florida campaign, which is behind the proposed reform. Attorney General Ashley Moody's main argument is that the ballot initiative is affirmatively misleading, in part because she says voters would not be able to understand from the summary that MJ would remain federally illegal even if Florida moved to legalize. And we know that medical is legalized in Florida, which, names like Truly just have an absolute stranglehold on that market, right? And then allowing rec would continue to improve the revenue and the growth there for Truly, but also for some of those multi-state operators and the competitors, right? But again, I think Florida is going to be a massive market. The campaign and supporters have maintained that the court must respect the intent of the citizen initiative process and allow voters the opportunity to decide if the issue after they turned in nearly 1 million signatures for ballot placement that have been certified by the state. They defended the clarity of the measure, and it's really hard to overstate how big this is going to be, right? And this is all coming over the next couple of months. And then, like I said, safer banking, we have HHS recommendation that potentially could get a response from DEA over the next couple of months as well. So there's a lot of catalysts lining up here one by one. And then Germany coming online as well is going to be a massive, massive catalyst. But this is all coming together nicely here. Now that the key arguments and responses from both parties have been submitted through the briefs, the court announced on Tuesday that it is scheduling a hearing on the dispute for November 8th. So again, I've been saying for a while now that the charts, they look like we could see a little bit more short-term pain. I did a video on MSOS. What I was saying, it was more than likely going to go to $6 and then probably set a monthly higher low and then go to around $15. Not guarantees, obviously. It's just what the charts are saying and probabilities. And this isn't financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But I've been saying for a few months now that the charts are looking a little bit weaker here, in the short term. But then over the next couple months, we have monthly uptrends confirming across the sector as well. MSOS, the ETF, is forming a monthly higher low now. And then Curaleaf already in a monthly uptrend, and lots of names seeing golden crosses. But generally, we don't go, parabolic, or we don't see massive moves the second we have a golden cross or the second we confirm a monthly uptrend. Usually there's a little bit of, turbulence along the way, right? And then I've been saying for a while now that it looks like end of October and into November is where we could really start to kick it into high gear, no pun intended, for these MJ stocks. And Florida hearing right around November, the second week of November, again, lining up with that thesis that we could see a massive end-of-year rally here. A maximum of 20 minutes to the side is allowed for the argument, but counsel is expected to use only so much of that time as is necessary, the order states, adding in all caps, "No continuances will be granted except upon a showing of extreme hardship." So Moody made the same argument about misleading ballot language against the 2022 legalization measure, and the Supreme Court subsequently invalidated it. In order to get on the ballot, an initiative must have valid signatures from registered voters totaling at least 8% of the district-wide vote in the most recent presidential election in at least 14 of the state's 28 congressional districts, in addition to the statewide number needed. The MJ campaign has met the threshold in exactly 14 districts, according to recently updated state data. The MJ company Trulieve has contributed more than $39 million to the Smart and Safe Florida campaign to date. Moody has accused, no wonder, right? It's got such a big stranglehold on that market. It would be pivotal to their growth strategy, right? Moody has accused the company of supporting the measure in order to have a monopolistic stranglehold. So again, kind of what I've been saying, on the state's MJ market. Yeah, they definitely have a monopoly if that were the case. But, there's obviously going to be other players in that market as well, but Trulieve definitely being the main one and having an absolute stranglehold on it. If approved, the measure would change the state constitution to allow existing medical MJ companies in the state like Trulieve to begin selling MJ to adults over 21. It contains a provision that would allow but not require lawmakers to take steps toward the approval and of additional businesses. Home cultivation by consumers would not be allowed under the proposal as drafted, so that's something to keep in mind. Adults 21 and older would be able to purchase and possess up to 1 ounce of MJ, similar to Canada, only 5 grams of which could be MJ concentrate products. The 3-page measure also omits equity provisions favored by advocates such as expungements and other relief for people with prior MJ convictions. So this is pretty much all I wanted to mention. So it talks about what it would accomplish. So adults 21 and older would be able to purchase and possess up to 1 ounce of MJ for personal use. The cap of MJ concentrate, 5 grams. Medical MJ dispensaries could acquire, cultivate, process, manufacture, sell, and distribute MJ products and MJ accessories to adults for personal use. The legislature would be authorized but not required to approve additional entities that are not currently licensed MJ dispensaries. And the initiative specifies that nothing in the proposal prevents the legislature from enacting laws that are consistent with this amendment. The amendment further clarifies that nothing about the proposal changes federal law, which seems to be an effort to avoid past legal challenges about misleading ballot language. There are no provisions for home cultivation, expungement of prior records, or social equity. The measure would take effect 6 months following approval by voters. Yeah, you can check out I'll put the link for this in the description as well. You can check it out on your own time, but going to end it there, I do have an appointment that I want to get ready for, so I have to jump off here. But this is massive news. This is super bullish. Like I said, I really like what we're seeing here in terms of the MJ market starting to really turn a page. We're seeing things heat up in a big way, and it's looking like all systems are go here into November and the end of the year. I think we're going to see a massive rally. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me, disagree with me. I always love thoughtful discourse and hearing everybody's thoughts and opinions, regardless if we agree or not. We can present our arguments and still be respectful and still be friends, and try to persuade each other, right? That's all it's about, is just being respectful, being persuasive in an argument and trying to get to the truth. That's really all I'm after here on this channel, is just looking at the, what is the reality, what's the truth, and the most likely scenario. And right now, the most likely scenario is pointing to a massive end-of-year rally. But going to end it there, it's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. If you like this video, make sure to smash the like, subscribe. You'll be notified on any future videos, and share it around with your network. And I'd appreciate it if you could really just show the support and like this video. It would mean the world to me. I love each and every one of you who supported me along the way, but hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again on the next video.